Oh, Stitch Mocha. The Stitch Mocha.
Mhm. Mhm.
Gotcha, gotcha. Uh, okay. We're
Yeah.
here. We're here, y'all. Look at that. We're getting back to our regular scheduled programming here. Trying to do our every week thing
Yeah.
again, you
That.
know? Yeah, speaking of that, I totally didn't think of recording the podcast. And yeah, I guess you forgot about that too. Remember we talked about for
Wait,
this.
last one? I thought you did.
No, no, no. Last week, remember we were supposed to record for Spotify.
Oh, that. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm pretty sure you did, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Which yeah, I forgot to post it last week too, but yeah, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But yeah. So hopefully we'll get to that this week. Hopefully.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well,
Hopefully, with all of like that freaking going on.
I know, right? So many things happening. It's like once you get past 1 month and it's like you think everything's gonna be fine, and then you get into the next month and you're like, oof, this one is it's a little rough, huh?
Devastating.
Yeah, it's like I thought I was in the home stretch, and it's like shit. I'm still trying to go around all the bases.
You know.
Ugh. It's all right. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Surely, surely, surely in September, everything will be calmer.
Right.
Well, maybe actually at the end of July.
I was about to say, damn, you pushing all the way to September for that. Damn.
I mean, I still have other commissions to do, but
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
handled.
That's why you said that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. Um.
Mhm.
Yes, y'all. Welcome in to D&D Spilling the Tea with your host D and D, bringing it to you, every week with just
Yeah.
some new topics, fresh ideas, and just things that maybe aren't spoken up about enough. So, and
Mhm.
today, tonight, we do have
Tonight.
we do have a pretty serious topic, pretty important, something that I feel, definitely is like an everyday thing that is just constantly going on. Um, we are going to be talking about child slave labor. It's a topic that we were going to talk about last week, but we wanted to get our resources and everything together. So yeah, so we moved it to this week. But yeah, for those that don't know, child labor is real. It is not just in movies. It is very much something that is actually happening on a daily basis. So, me and Danny, actually, we had talked about. I think this topic came up from. I forgot what our original topic was that we were talking about that kind of brought in about that. What was it? Hold on, let me look at my notes. Oh, was it when? No, no, I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but yeah, I just remember we had a bunch. I took some notes, and she briefly made a comment about it, and talked to her and asked her if she wanted to talk about this because it's something that I've actually wanted to talk to about for a while. So here we are. Glad we got to it. Yeah, child labor is definitely a real thing. It is, very bad. Um, and let me just read off just a small definition of what it says child slavery is, which is child slavery, child labor. Um, Child slavery is also known as forced child labor, which is defined as work done by children, which, as phrased by hello,
Oh, I don't know why it like muted me.
is
But
it
I said, why
cause
not?
yeah, is it cause you put your microphone up maybe?
Yeah, but it's supposed to unmute when I put my microphone back down.
Oh.
So I was like talking to you,
Mhm.
and it was not coming through. And then
Damn.
because you kept talking, I'm like, hello,
She thought I was ignoring
hello.
her. She was about to crash out, y'all.
And
She was
don't
about
tell
to
these
she
people
was about
that.
to crash out on me, and I was gonna be like, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Don't, don't tell these people I crash out. They're gonna think you're serious.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's not serious, right? So it's fine.
I don't. I don't. I don't crash out on you.
Exactly.
I have.
Um.
I have not crashed out on you. Anyway, I was trying to say. I feel like we should define it ourselves before you read the definition.
Oh. Okay. Well,
What
why
do you think
don't?
it is?
Well, I guess if I were to define it, I mean, child slave labor. That's forcibly taking kids from their homes, whether that's with the intention of just doing it as like as someone is missing, get snatched up, trafficking, because that can also lead to child labor, selling of that. But child labor, yeah, doing work, kids doing work that grown people are doing is child labor. Being forced to do this, starving them, uh, not giving them the right amount of nutrition, and just working them just to get just to pretty much get as much materials as whatever they're trying to get. So I mean that's I guess how I would define child labor. What about you?
So I would define child slave labor as the exploitation of children to do work that they are not qualified. Um, I won't even say not qualified. That I would say let me back up a little bit. The exploitation of children used for labor and paid pennies on the dollar for that labor. So they're not paid adequately and they are being used in harsh conditions without care or consideration to their health or development. That's what I would say.
That's pretty much what it's pretty much what the definition says here. But yeah, child slavery, just a definition that I looked up on Google, got a link. It's also known as forced child labor, which is defined as work done by children, which, as phrased by the ILO, deprives them of their childhood, their potential, and their dignity, and that is harmful to their physical and mental development. Um, so yeah, I'd say it pretty much sums up what both of us kind of, you know, definitions we gave on it for sure.
I'm actually really impressed that it talks about the development, and then I actually said that, and I was like, oh, I just think like this is important to like express, but it's actually a definition. So I think that's cool.
Um, okay.
I wasn't expecting.
I'm just going to put this in a chat as we read the links. So that is the link from where I got that definition from. It's got a lot of other info on there too, but when you click that link, it goes straight to that part about child slavery. Um, yeah, obviously this is something that is not it's not humane, really. It's really not humane. They're living in very inhumane. Why has it got that? Hold on. Okay, I'm just making sure because I'm like, why does it at the end? It's like got extra stuff that's like not linked. So, but yeah. Anyways, that link works. It does take you to that link. But yeah, they are living in very inhumane conditions, not being treated as they should be as a child, as someone who is developing. It's literally messing with their whole psyche, their whole mental and physical attributes and everything within them. Um, you know, doing this. It's very frowned upon, and it's not right. It's
Yeah.
it's definitely something that needs to just it just needs to be abolished from the world. Because why would you take away a child, someone so precious who didn't ask to be brought into this world, and you just put them in this position to where they're just forced to do things that are just horrible and that a child should never have to do. Um,
Yeah. So let's talk about what why we believe it's morally wrong. I mean, you said it's frowned upon, but that just says like, oh, society frowns upon it. But like, why we personally think that's morally, um, morose to do that. You want to go first?
uh, Wait, say it one more time. Say it one more time.
We're just talking about. So you said like, oh, it's frowned upon to do so, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of things are frowned upon, right?
All right.
You could say that being gay is frowned upon, right? But that doesn't. Why is being gay morally frowned upon? Because some people believe in the Bible that it says that being gay is a sin. That's why it's morally frowned upon. Okay, so I'm saying like instead of just saying oh it's morally frowned upon or like it's frowned upon for people to do it, express why we believe like morally it is wrong to exploit children in that way.
Oh, I mean, I think. Well, I pretty much. I think I already pretty much said what. Or did you? Did I not say? Just kind of explain that.
Well, you kind of said like oh I think it's. I guess you could say that you said that. I
Yeah.
would say like what I'm so the exploitation of children is wrong because they don't have the cognitive ability to to take care of themselves and to stand up for themselves, and they are not developed in the way that adults are to have that ability to take care of themselves. And so that's why yes, slavery is wrong, all that other stuff is wrong, but specifically child slavery is wrong because they don't have the same life experience and cognitive abilities of an adult to be able to protect themselves and not be influenced or manipulated by situations or people. Not saying that adults can't be, but children even more so have a lower threshold um, that they can withstand of that. Um,
Yeah.
so that's why I think that you know speaking like I like to make break down these arguments like I'm talking to somebody who's has antisocial disorder, so psychopath, so they don't understand, so you have to explain to them kind of like they don't emotionally understand, so you have to explain to them logically why it's not right. And so that's kind of how I approach when I do things like this. Like, oh, it's not right to do that. Well, why is it not right to do that? Because as a child, they don't have the and
Hmm.
cognizant, yeah, ability to be able to protect themselves from situations like this. So it is exploitative, which is taking advantage of someone or a situation to basically use children this way. So
Which is like why. Well, that's just exactly why I said about you're taking them at a young age where they haven't, they're not used to being in these conditions, and and like you said, had, they didn't go through life having to work like this,
well,
and
even more than that, it's just that they don't have the ability
mhm,
to really stand up for themselves like an adult would.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they don't have the know-how to make choices and understand consequences.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like putting a dog in a situation and being
Exactly.
like, well, it act up, it didn't do this or it didn't do
Right.
that, but it has no idea what's happening. It's like going off of
It,
like mere instinct of what's going
exactly.
on around them.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I mean by that
Yeah.
is more just like I mean, realistically, they probably could be used to terrible working conditions. 'Cause I don't know what these kids have seen in their life, um, but um, it's more like they don't have the know-how or they're not equipped to handle
Yeah. Yeah.
certain
Because
things.
it's really like, um, it's really like they they're a child. You got to think. It's like you have to put yourself in that child mentality. Like how do children act? You know, when they're young, they do things, uh, and they don't know a lot of the times whether something is good or bad. So like they're gonna do something, and it's accidents happen. You know, with kids, accidents
Mhm.
happen, and that's just the way a kid is. So you put a kid in a situation like child slave labor, an accident happens. Okay, parents take it a little bit different. Obviously, you know, there's different approaches you take to punishing a child when something happens. You know, um, but when you're in child slave labor, that's like a whole different beast because most of the time they don't give it. They're gonna punish you, and they're not gonna give a shit about how you feel after. They're gonna punish you, and then they're gonna tell you to keep going. So
Mhm.
you know that's it. Just all it's just all bad for kids. You know they shouldn't. That's just not a place for them to be put because they don't understand that, and they have to grow up so fast because of that situation that they're in. You know. It's like when
Mhm.
you're a kid at home or something, you make a mistake, you learn from it, or you know, you probably do something else to see what you can get away with. But you know, when you're in a situation like child labor, if you mess up once, you probably don't want to mess up again because you know what's going to happen. And that next instance of like you making some mistake or an accident could cost you your life. You know,
And why is it bad to grow up fast?
uh, because man, I feel like if you grow up too fast, you don't realize like some of the things that you're doing, or maybe there's some things that you could have done better, but you didn't have the option to because life just came at you so fast and you just had to go and try to figure it out from like this instance to the next. So like at least when like once again, at least when if you're at home, you have a little bit more leeway. You can learn at a different rate than what you would have to learn when you're in a situation as crucial as child labor.
So I kind of want to take it in a different point of view and say like not in in general why it's like instead of saying like is it bad for the individual, express why it's bad for society. So kids who are thrown into these positions are traumatized. They're traumatized. Um, and they oftentimes aren't put in situations um, or environments where they learn how to adequately express themselves. And so and this goes for any type of abuse, really, not just like exploitation, like any type of exploitation of children or abuse. This kind of goes for that. So this is not like super specific to um, slavery, like slave labor. This is just kind of in general. Um, and because they don't know how to adequately address their emotions and issues and things, um, like that impacts them as an adult. And then we breed adults who and don't know how to adequately express themselves. Um, and then you see uh, these crazy adults that fly off at the handle and get in an argument, shoot people, and things like that. And so, like, it's bad for society because the more broken humans that are produced, the more broken, especially certain parts of society, are. Um, So, and not only that, I mean, there's so many things that can happen to a child when they have traumatic childhoods. For instance, they could develop DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, which basically is like when you're, and you can only develop this disorder when you are a child. You cannot adapt this as or get this as an adult is when you are in those ages where your personality is developing. You have very highly traumatic experiences that kind of split your psyche, and then you have basically different entities in the host system. They call it a system. And so you may have an a person, I don't want to say personality because it's not personality, they call it an other who is a fairy, right? And so she's very whimsical and nice and sweet, and she gets people to like her, and these are all defense mechanisms, right? And you might have one that is an old biker guy, right? And he's really tough, and he doesn't take shit from anybody, and he always gonna tell it how it is. And that might be and that might be another, other, and they're there to help protect you against people so that you feel in control. You feel tough yourself. You feel like people aren't going to mess with you. So now you have this system with these different others and beings involved, and it's all in your head, right? It's all in your head. And now you aren't, I mean, you have you as a person, but you're also fractured and you have these different personalities, and it's like expressed as personalities, like they talk to each other like inside. So these things can lead to a lot of different developmental issues for kids that affect them into adulthood, which affect how they are productive human beings in society. So that's also something to consider, um, even if you don't really care about other people or kids.
Just, I guess to give an example of a situation that happened with somebody who's kind of big in social media. I'm sure a lot of people know who Mr. Beast is. He's a really famous YouTuber. He has done a lot of good things from a lot of his videos, he has also received, a lot of backlash, but that kind of comes with the territory of social media in itself. But if y'all know about his chocolate brand that he's got, the Feastables and stuff that he's got all over worldwide. It's like everywhere. Um, there was just an incident where I think his. Oh, in fact, let me pull up just this part of it. He he did when he first started the company, or when he first started the chocolate. He was getting the cacao beans from Peru. But as his business expanded and it started to become, more popular and worldwide, and he got it all over the place, he had to start getting, resources from other places because there wasn't enough from Peru.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just read this short caption here, but they're see this. I guess he's another YouTuber. His name is Honestly, and he asserted that Mr. Beast's Feastables website claimed to be child labor free and slave labor free on its frequently asked questions page at the time of its launch in January 2022. In April 2023, a dedicated page regarding their slave free production was also present on the website. However, in October 2023, these mentions were entirely removed. Since then, no mention of ethically sourced ingredients has allegedly been made on the website. So, um, I couldn't.
I think we talked about this briefly.
Yeah, very briefly. Yeah, and like that was just kind of giving an example until like I said, just somebody who's really big into social media, and he had claims of possibly being involved in that with the production of his chocolate. Um, I couldn't find really any sources that. Let me also put that source in here.
Um,
Um, what were you gonna say, babe?
um, I thought we were going to talk about specifically the issues in like Africa with like
Oh yeah, yeah, we are. I wasn't going, too much into it. Like I said, I was just giving an example. Um, but yeah, like I said, I couldn't really find any things that what he really said. Well, he did what he said. It didn't seem to really, I don't know, have anything to even say about that. So I don't know. But like I said, that was just an instance where that came into play with somebody who was really big in the social media. Um, I have a couple of facts as well about child labor. And I won't go into all of these facts. I'll just say it's like the global numbers. So at the beginning of 2020, approximately 160 million children were engaged in child labor, representing nearly 1 in 10 children worldwide. So that's a lot. So once again, that is it's happening all over the world, but yes, mainly in the areas. Let's see, where did I have that one at? There's a couple of different areas, but regions with high prevalence of child labor is the sub-Saharan Africa has the highest number of child laborers, accounting for almost 1 in 10 children in the region, with agriculture being the predominant sector. Um, Asia and the Pacific has the second highest number of children in child labor. And they have other regions of child labor that also occur in America, um, Europe, and Central Asia, and the Arab states, though at lower rates.
mm,
Oh, yeah. Um,
I know that they've often had kids in mines. You might be like, in mines, why? Because they're smaller and they are. It's easier for them to crawl through crevices and cracks and things. Um, and to dig down there. Um, it's like terrible. That's awful for their lungs. They could cave in. It's really not safe. I think they even talked about it in that movie called Blood Diamonds or whatever.
yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. It's been a long time. That's the one with the, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. And I forgot the black guy's name that's in it. But yeah. I've briefly seen that movie. I don't even remember too much about it. But yeah, that one definitely dealt a lot in, yeah, and child labor, blood diamonds, mining. Yep.
Yeah, you know what's really crazy? Takes place in Sierra Leone.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know my pastor's from there.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, he's from Sierra Leone.
Of course, if y'all remember that Kanye West song, "Diamonds Are Forever," back before he went cuckoo crazy, and
I thought you were gonna say cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I was like, I know. I say that all the time.
yeah, yeah. In that song, he talks about the stuff that happened in Sierra Leone with the blood diamonds. In the music video, he shows representation of that stuff as well. So yeah, and that happened. I don't exactly know when that happened, but yeah, that was years ago. So, uh,
2006 is when that movie came out.
yeah, that stuff can just be traced so far back, and it's really sad to this day. It hasn't gotten any better.
I mean, the exploitation of children has always been a thing, and I think it's still a thing. Just in America, it is different because there are, labor laws here for children.
Hmm.
Um, However, it's still you still like for instance, you still see these social media mothers exploiting their children for
Yeah,
a bag.
yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it's still a thing. I think it's just with social media and access to the internet, it's evolved.
Um, yeah, but like you were saying with the mining, so cobalt mining's a big thing. And we all uh we all use these devices here. We all have a phone that we use, and
Mhm.
guess what is needed to make those phones? Cobalt. So child labor deals in a lot of the phone manufacturing with that. So 'cause there's cobalt mining, they go in mines. But that's the big thing that they do in Congo, right? I think
Yeah,
Congo. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Uh, Much of the problematic cobalt mining occurs in informal or artisanal mines, making it difficult to monitor and regulate. Yeah. So they take risks. Mining in itself is taking a risk. You hear, I don't know if you guys hear stories or heard stories about, people who go mining, and those walls can cave in at any point, especially
Mhm.
if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to keep the stability in wherever you're in, whatever mine you're in, you can get stuck down there, and or worse, you can get crushed and die. So
Well, I don't know. Is it better to just get crushed and die, or to like slowly
slowly
get stuck
die.
down there and then slowly die?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, true. Let's see. Oh yeah, it says it right here. Yeah. For cobalt mining, a significant concern involves the mining of cobalt, a crucial element in lithium ion batteries that power smartphones. The Democratic
And they
Republic. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just thought I was gonna say it's just a little Easter egg that they do have some phones that are that ethically source cobalt, or they recycle, they use recycled cobalts to help not, you know add to that issue.
Hmm.
um However, um the one that I saw is not available,
Yeah,
unfortunately, in America.
and I know Samsung has came out, and I believe they've talked uh about this issue. I think even iPhones getting to a point where they're maybe trying to they're paying attention now that everyone's starting to, pay more attention to this. Hopefully, it's not just like a publicity stunt, and they're actually like taking what they're hearing and like gonna relay it and what's the word? Pretty much just take action and do something so that the production just doesn't have to be coming from so much cobalt
Well, from
mining that's going on.
yeah, well, what I saw in the on their website, they say that they try to use recycled resources, when possible.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Just a couple of things here. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is a major source of cobalt, and a large portion of this production comes from artisanal and small scale mines. Thousands of children work in these mines under hazardous conditions, including working underground in tight spaces, carrying heavy loads, and facing risk of injury or death from collapses. Research suggests that virtually all cobalt sourced from the DRC is tainted by various degree of abuse, including child labor and forced labor. Children are often preferred in these mines because they are seen as more obedient and their small size allows them to navigate narrow mine shafts. Yeah.
Yep, basically what I said.
Yeah.
Sometimes I remember things right.
Yeah. So if you can get those refurbished phones, when new phones come out, don't get them because you just,
Although I do know they make it hard to not get them because they make the devices slow down and stuff
yeah.
as time goes on with updates and stuff. So,
Yep. 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 Yep.
oh, it looks like the food is here.
Did you want me to go get it, or are they gonna go get it? You think? Wait, who all ordered
Yeah.
food? Yeah, was it me, you?
Me, you, and Lendl.
Okay,
I think Lendl's working, so I don't know if she's.
okay. So I go get it.
You gonna grab it?
Yeah, be right back.
Okay. Thank you. Guys, it's just you and I now. Just so you know, I'm making. Oh wow, it looks really. It's not. I mean, it's pretty red in person, but it looks really super red on with the light here. But I'm making not a toddler, an infant little bucket hat, and it's gonna be strawberry. Gonna look like a strawberry. Also, excuse our bed that is not made yet. It's new. It was like filling up air and stuff. So, yep. Don't judge me. But yeah, so basically, right now, I'm gonna kind of show you guys. This is a stitch marker, and the stitch marker is used to show you where you started your row at when you're doing circular pieces like this. I mean, it can also do it when you're doing, like let's say you're using a really fluffy yarn and it's kind of hard to see where your stitches are. You can also use a stitch marker. So that's what for. Um, and so right now my pattern is I'm increasing the circle. So we go a single crochet, four single crochets, then a double crochet. So here we're counting. That's why I'm going one, two, three. Wait, hold on. One, two, three, four. One, two. One, two, three, four. And now I'm at one, two. Two. And this part is just really important because we want to make sure that it's big enough to fit a baby head. Although baby heads are not that big. One, two, three, four. Okay. Did one, two. Hold on. He asked me what I got. You know what? I'm gonna BRB. Oh my gosh. Why does it do? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get what I got because trying to. Whoa, Jesus Christ! You scared the shit out of me. Why you open the door so hard? Oh my God, you guys, I. This man's. He is so impatient. He just texted me what I got, so I was gonna go get it, and now he just scared the shit out of me. Yes, because I only got half a sandwich because I got half a salad. Yes, thank you. Yes, yes, thank you. I also got a bag of chips and a cookie. A McChookie, bitch. You guys might have no idea what that reference is too, but don't worry about it. Don't worry. And then that's bundles. I think I need some more salad dressing. Should have asked for extras. I have some. They didn't give me chicken. That's crazy. That's so rude.
So you took your camera off and you forgot that I had my camera on for you still.
Uh, oh. Well, that's because I thought I was going. I thought I was going downstairs, and then I was like, oh, they only just see like an empty seat. They didn't give me. Oh my God, they didn't give me chicken. What the fuck? I'm actually so hurt right now. Okay. All right. That is my sandwich, the way it's supposed to be. So they were just closing them. But let me open my banana. I just want to make sure. Oh no, it looks like they didn't put chicken in it. Okay, that's my bad. That's my bad. I thought it was a chicken. Fried chicken. Thought my salad was supposed to have chicken in it. It doesn't have chicken.
Played you?
Uh, yeah, they did put feta cheese in it. But I need some more salad dressing. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Cause I need a little bit more salad. I'm not. Just a little bit more salad dressing.
A little bit.
Just a little bit more. I'm dropping shit. Um, I literally know that we have the salad dressing. Because I bought it and I didn't eat it all. So, where the beep mother beep beepers is it? Um, oh, here it is. Mother freakers. I'm gonna die if I eat this. Okay. Oh, oh, she might be eating her food because she's been revolting, only eating so much of it. Mm. Y'all, this Panera salad's my favorite salad. Whew. Okay, we're back. Hmm?
Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh, would you like to say anything?
Hmm?
Okay, would you like to say anything?
What's your man?
I don't know. What are you watching right now? Hmm? I mean, like, what shows or anime are you watching right now?
What's
For
your
the
name?
people.
Just eating.
I meant in general.
You asked me what shows I'm watching in general.
Mhm.
As you know, I've been hard stuck on One Piece. So, mainly what I've been
Mhm.
watching. I haven't really had time to watch streamers like I normally do.
Mm. What streamers do you normally watch? For those who are interested to know.
Chatterbox. um, in the mornings, I've recently got back into watching DK, Dakota's, because he's very good at Fortnite. And when we played Fortnite on Community Day, I was like, oh shit, this is really fun. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm like, all right, see what metas he's got going. Um,
Okay. Okay.
I watch friend streams too, like Tactical Ghosts. Ambi, Dina.
Dina Bina.
You know, ever since that Dune came out, Ghost and Ambi, they've been playing that game nonstop.
Mm-hmm. It's $50 though,
Hmm.
so they will
Yeah.
not be seeing me.
Yeah. I don't think I need another game that I could possibly get addicted to that I have to catch up to.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened with me
Mm-hmm.
and Once Human. When I was trying to catch up with them on Once Human, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't do it. I got all the good stuff. I just don't have time to grind this game like that.
Mm-hmm. And you do be getting addicted.
Because when Once Human first came out too, I was like, I was really playing that game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have too many addictions though, you know.
Yeah, you have quite a bit already. One of them being RP. Like crazy addicted. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Chill.
What am I watching?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. The Apothecary Diaries. Mm. This new anime called like something hero. Girl and I don't know, but it's like one of those cute kind of animes. I get tired of like the heavy animes all the time, or like the action filled. Like sometimes I just want to laugh. I'd be like, God damn, that's stupid. You know? Or the teenager angst. That makes me giggle. And they're like, oh no, is he ever gonna love me? Like, girl, you be okay. Not like he's paying our bills anyway, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we were watching Windbreakers earlier, season 2. I was like, ooh. I mean, I appreciate what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
but it was going a little slow for me, at least right now. Like I knew it was going on, but I was like, okay, cool.
Oh.
I need I just need them to throw in some action like every once in a while, okay? And like we were watching like 3 episodes, and I was like, oh, we're getting like the lore background stuff going on now. It's like no more action, no more fights. The first 2 episodes it was fighting, and then the next 3 we watched it was like, damn, all right, oh, slow.
They're like, you need a break from the fighting. You spent all first season fighting.
Uh, that they did.
Mm-hmm. They literally did.
Yeah, pretty sure they fought like every episode of the first season.
Literally. They're like, you can take having 3 episodes off of Fight. You'll be alright.
Nom, nom.
No, like, I just don't understand. This salad, Panera knows what they're doing. How'd you like your salmon?
It's good. Very good, very good.
Clock that tea. Okay.
Mm,
Where were we?
talking about the cobalt mining.
Okay.
Yeah, and just different, what was it? We were talking about how you were saying Apple would use the resources they have when they could. Which I'm sure that's not easy to do. So, I mean, I feel like most of their stuff does go towards, you know, they probably produce a lot of batteries, I'm sure.
They've also started the battery optimization thing. Like, see how to optimize your batteries. That the battery lasts will also help with the whole quality.
What was I gonna say? Here's some facts from other countries. Specific countries identified with child slave labor concerns. India. Reports of bonded child labor in the silk industry and brick kilns. Burma, Myanmar. Reports of forced child labor in bamboo and beans production, as well as forced recruitment of children for armed conflict. Yeah, of course, they do the Democratic Republic of Congo, involved in the mining, hazardous cobalt extraction, and recruitment. Oh, they recruit them as child soldiers too. North Korea. High prevalence of state-imposed forced labor, including children. Cambodia. Forced child labor in brick making and agriculture. El Salvador. Hazardous child labor in agriculture, including sugarcane harvesting and cattle raising. Eritrea. High prevalence of state-imposed forced labor and recruitment of child soldiers. Excuse me. Pakistan. Bonded child labor in brick kilns and carpet production. Togo. Child trafficking for domestic and agricultural work. And last, but certainly not least, Morocco. Child domestic workers, many under 10, face involuntary servitude. Seems like they picked those words wisely, because what that sounds like is
That sounds crazy.
yeah, it sounds like some escort shit. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 factors contributing to child labor. Poverty. Families may rely on children's earnings to survive. Lack of education. Limited access to quality schooling leaves children vulnerable to exploitation. Conflict and crisis, disruption and instability exacerbate vulnerabilities. Weak governance and enforcement. Poorly enforced laws and lack of government intervention contribute to the problem. Social norms. Traditional practices and cultural norms may tolerate or condone child labor. And the last one, trafficking and debt bondage. These forms of exploitation can trap children in forced labor. Mm,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Very much so is. Very much so.
Yeah, sorry I left. I need some water.
Oh.
I mean, I'm here still.
Mm-hmm.
In spirit.
Oh yeah, we hear you getting your ice. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
mm-hmm.
That's crazy because you guys are like near my mouth and the ice thing is not near my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are on an adventure right now. How's it feel to be here?
She put you in her backpack.
It's more like on my head.
Her head pack.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Got my water. Amen. Hallelujah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take my little mini meds.
Okay.
Back to you guys. Miss me? Guys missing me?
As y'all can hear, it's all over. So yeah, you hear it from, more places than others because I guess maybe it's more affected nationwide. Like obviously Congo, that's a nationwide effect. They get cobalt sent over here to America, where they get phones distributed with all of the lithium ion batteries that consumes. But yeah, as you can tell, like I said, I mentioned one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine other places throughout the world that literally deal in child labor. And one of the contributing factors is like social norms. Like that's sad to think that it's just normal to a lot of people. That this is just it's just another day. It's just something that these kids just have to do because it's just the normal. It sucks, man.
I mean, it might also be that they don't have any other option.
No, like you
Like if they don't
said.
want to do it, then how? Then how are their?
Hmm. Well, yeah, which is one of the other contributing factors, poverty. So yeah, or debt bondage. I owe somebody some money. It's like, all right, well, you can pay off my debt if your kid comes and works until the debt is paid, however long that'll be. Just very messed up. Definitely very very messed up concept. Very sad that this is a normal that you know is just handled all over the world. Um, yeah. I mean, that's all. That's all my resources I pretty much had, babe. Like I said, I mean, the rest of this stuff, I posted in the in the chat, so you guys can look at those links. Some of them I couldn't post just because they were too long for the to post in the chat, but
That's crazy.
yeah. But I think it's because they're Google links too, like, but directly like from just me searching on Google, and it
Oh,
just yeah. But when I put out the YouTube upload, I'll make sure to include all the resources down at the bottom so you guys can look at all of that. Um, what do you think are some ways, babe, that we can, you know, help stop this? You know, bring more awareness and bring maybe this to a stop.
do you want like the nice humanitarian answer, or you want my
I mean,
realistic?
why don't you give both of them? You know, do a
Um,
comparison so people can compare that information. You know.
my humanitarian, the humanitarian says that ways to help is to get involved, to get active, whether that's donating or fostering or, you know, um, educating people so that they know, um, you know, not to rush out and immediately get the new iPhone when it drops or get, a new laptop like that. That's the humanitarian. The realist in me says we're never gonna end it. That sounds so bad. But like realistically, how are you going to improve financial conditions across the globe? How are you gonna end poverty completely? That's crazy.
What?
Was that your chair?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Did you
you
forget
farted.
that this chair makes a lot of noise?
I thought you farted, and I was like, that's actually insane
Yeah.
to do on camera. No, excuse me. Just and you like kind of moved at the same exact time. So it's like you were like,
Yeah, that's literally because this chair makes pretty much every other time I move it makes a noise.
yeah, but that was the loudest it's ever been, or the
Word.
loudest I've ever heard it. So I was like, that's actually really crazy that you
Anyways, can
fart
you
like that.
continue to your point, please?
Yes, I'm sorry. I was thrown off by the farts. Anyway, so it just the realist in me says that it will never end. There's always going to be some sort of poverty. There's always going to be somebody who feels necessity to partake, and there's always going to be people out there that are not good humans that will exploit any body that they can to get an edge up um in life or in business. So realistically, it's like just be a good human.
Hmm?
Like that's my realist answer is just be a good human and just think about people. And that's the best way to help minimize it because my realist answer is that it's never going to go away.
Yeah. Yep, and a lot can be said about that, being a good person. That's like, you know, that's something that ties into racism, like repeating, going through the same cycle of just racism. And it's just like, can we just get along? Like, we're all human beings. Just because we have different skin colors and we come from different parts of the world, does that mean that we're really that different from you? Culturally, yeah, but we're still human beings, right? So it's yeah, it's sad, and it is sad for that realization of that it's could never end because it's like and just like child labor probably would never end. There's a chance that racism would never end.
Racism is never end.
Huh?
Sorry. I gave my realist answer to racism.
Racism is what?
Never going to end.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when there's always somebody in power that, you know, sways others, shows that interest to others. You know, obviously you can look at the stuff that's going on in the world now, and every day is something new. I can't even keep up with the news because it's always something.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, my thing, my biggest thing is, yeah, straight from what Danny just said, just be a good person. Just keep spreading knowledge and facts, and don't let them erase our history. Don't let them erase important parts of history out of our history, like, because that is what they're trying to do, and that is how they are going to keep this cycle going. Um, so it's good to be stay knowledgeable on things. I know we want to kind of like really not pay attention to a lot of the shit that's going on in the world, but whether we want to or not, it does affect you and people around you. So just don't forget where you come from. Don't forget who you are. Like I said, just keep up with certain things. Don't overwhelm yourself. And we all need a break from all the chaos that the world brings, but just be mindful and stay alert. And if you're up to it, be that voice, be that change, do something about it. Because the more you stand up, the more others will follow. It's just like how we have all of this negativity that have people that stand up and follow them. I know that there is way more positive voices out there that can overcome that and overtake that. So it's hard out there. Keep your head up. We got this. Well, I think
I'm the realist. I was like, I'm the realist, so I don't give a pep talk. I just go survive it. Got it. Good luck. Don't
yeah.
breathe too hard.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what we got to say though. We come on here, we have this podcast, we try to keep y'all informed as much as we can be as well. And hope you guys take something away from this. And maybe this is something that you didn't know. So like I said, a lot of people are just blinded to a lot of these situations. So hope this helped. I hope this kept you educated, and I hope you learned you something. But yeah, I guess that's gonna do it for this episode, huh, babe?
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
It's
So,
actually so hot. Really though.
huh?
It's actually so hot in here.
Uh,
Tell me, read it. Fucking
well,
trash.
we appreciate everybody who lurked, anybody that watches the VOD, anybody who looks at the video when it does get uploaded on YouTube. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. In fact, what is my? I think this one, yeah, that one goes to the YouTube page. So that link does go to my YouTube page. Normally I do this live on YouTube, but it's been having issues with the stream together and all that. So like, I'm just gonna start recording it and uploading it on YouTube, and that's how we're gonna do it. Yeah, because I don't think my PC can handle streaming at two places right now. Um, yeah, we appreciate it. Explanation Point Podcast as well is where our email is. Um, we will have a specific time at some point. Right now, we just have a time range when we start. But
Yeah.
life has been a little crazy for us. So we move how life moves with us. So y'all just bear with us. Our email's there. You guys can email us. You can comment, like, subscribe on the YouTube. Let us know what you think. Let us know if this was something you didn't know, how this helps you. If you have any questions, anything, let us know. We appreciate y'all. Um, this has been D&D Spilling the Tea with your host, D and D. So we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week on the next episode, live here,
Yep.
twitch.tv/ZamaB2020, twitch.tv/baddestcitg. So, soon we will be on Spotify. Uh, so just be prepared for that. When we do have that set up, we'll definitely let you guys know. We'll get you the links and everything so you guys can follow along there. So that one's going to be a lot more focused than how it is here on the live stream. Yeah. But yeah, y'all stay hydrated, practice self care, and as always, peace, love, and positivity. We appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next episode. Bye boy.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you just in your own world over there.